Welcome back to the channel, TDM, the Dystopian Man. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe and like. Get your ledger. Link in the description. You can also donate to the channel using Bitcoin, Cardano, and Ethereum to the links in the wallet. As you can see, we do have a nice selection of ledgers. Get the new Ledger Flex. I'm literally about to get mine. And I do thank the people that have been getting the ledgers through the link. I do really appreciate that. So we're going to get into this right here. So this is Britney spends up to $500 a day on a drug habit intervention, right? Drugs are a huge reason why a lot of people struggle financially, right? This is going to be another reaction video, but if people like this are in your life and they don't want to change, you have to cut them off so you can be financially successful. It is imperative. Let's get straight into it.
Oh my God.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Ella, come on.
My name is Britney.
Here, let me-
I'm 22.
All right, smile.
I'm an addict to just heroin. All my
Doesn't
life
even look like
consists
it.
of is getting high every day. That's the most important thing to me in my life right now, and
This is the maddest thing, that she don't even look like a heroin addict. Do you know what I mean? If you've seen her walking down the street, you won't think, oh, she's on hard gear. You know, like she's only 22. Like, it will start taking a toll on your body. Like, that's one thing. Like, health is wealth, and that's something we are going to get into on this channel
has
as
been
well.
for the past, 2.5 years.
Since she was 19, Britney shoots up to 15 times a day. 15 times.
When I put that needle in my vein and I see the blood in the needle and I push it in, yeah, it's the greatest feeling there is.
She perceives her addiction as being her best friend.
I can rely on it, it makes me happy, and I would consider that.
If you that, her mum was sat there, right, saying that like she perceives it as her best friend, like it's something negative, right? It is obviously something negative, but she's able to do this with a roof over her head, obviously paying. You can't be paying any bills, any rent or anything. People enable people to do this sort of behavior.
The closest relationship I have.
Britney drives an hour each way to buy her stuff.
I drive down there anywhere from 1 to 6 times a day.
Chronic use can lead to a physical dependence. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, here's the thing. This is how you know she does not care about her finances or anything. You driving up and down there 6 times a day. Why not just drive down there once, get all your stuff, drive back, and not be wasting multiple amounts of money? Also, I'm guessing you're driving down there under the influence. So even that in itself.
When I'm starting to withdraw, it feels like I'm dying. I my pants, I puke, I have the chills. It's really nasty.
Why would you put yourself through that? Britney spends up to $500 a day. So I want you to think, imagine what that $500 a day could do if that was invested in the stock market. Like, you could make hundreds of thousands easily if you was putting 500. Like, my thing is as well, I want to know where she gets $500 a day. Like, this is like a fight. Her story is going to end up in complete financial ruin. I want you to think, what would you do if you had $500 a day? The stocks you would buy, the passive income you would make, the crypto you could buy and flip. And some people, this is what I mean when I say people really don't understand the meaning of a dollar. And I know we're about to see two things. Mark my words, this is the first time I'm reacting to it. We're going to see some sort of victim behavior or victim claiming. And we're going to see, oh, I'm just going to pray on it. I guarantee you we hear the word God.
The things that I've experienced in my life, I think if any normal person had to be inside my head, I don't think they could live. I think they would want to kill.
Literally, right? Literally, the very next sentence, right? I don't even know. Let's see why this is. Why would you want to off yourself if you're living in this America, first world country where everything's fine? fine. You get
When
free
Britney was
education.
born, she was a beautiful baby. She was a huge baby, almost 10 pounds.
So you got a mum that loves
Britney
you.
growing up, she was funny. She's always been outgoing.
She was always joking around, always goofy.
She was very, very loving and cuddly, and she was a sweetheart.
When Britney was 2, her parents divorced. After the divorce, her father moved to Florida. Okay, so, okay, I don't see anything. Right, divorce is bad, right? But this happened, A, when your parents was 2, right? When there's not a father in the home, the kid does tend to kind of go off the rails, statistics do show, right? But it's still no excuse because it happened when you was 2 years old and then your father moved to Florida. Like, you've got people out there that are having to walk mile for water and they're not selling themselves for heroin. I'm not saying she is, but I'm interested where she gets
I
it.
remember my household being very unstable.
It's the same thing all the time. Like, I am not saying, right? You see, here comes the victim claiming. The reason why I decided to ruin my life even more, right? Even more, and put myself in a worse situation where I can no longer move forward is because somebody did something to me. It's ridiculous. Like, do not get me wrong. If what she just says happened to her, it's an absolute travesty, heartbreak. But it's more of a reason to make a success of yourself than to go down a road of taking hardcore stuff and ruining your life. Because financially, the problem with these people, they don't think what's going to happen when they get to the age of 50, 60, 70. And you have no money whatsoever, and then you're reliant on the government to try and fund a $500 a day hardcore addiction.
He was just so disgustingly like slick about it, almost. It was just, he would like come up behind me and like move my hands to like touch him, or like, you know, when my mom wasn't home, like it happened, you know, a lot. The older I got, the more I realized that this is not normal and that what he's doing is f***ed up and it's not right.
I mean, what do you mean when your mum wasn't home you're doing more? How did you not know this guy was coming round?
But I almost felt if I did tell somebody, maybe they wouldn't believe me, or maybe they thought that I asked for it. I think my mom knew what was going on,
You can already
but
see
she
how it's affecting
didn't do
her.
anything or say anything about it.
So it runs in the family. You see, and and it's like there's always some sort of victim story as to why you did something. I could be on class A something and say that, you know, when I was born, because this happened to me, my mum and dad were never together. My dad was never really there. You know, my mum struggled bringing me and my brother up because she didn't have the greatest of jobs and blah 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 blah. And so I decided to take smack. No, you know what I mean? Like, it can't go that way. Like, it's obviously something in this family. And the thing is, when you look at it, a high percentage of women nowadays, something like, I think it's like 40% of women are on some sort of mental illness medication. And I genuinely believe it is because of their financial situation. Because now my financial situation is a lot more stable, sorted. My days, I feel so much better. I feel so much better every day. Every day. You know, when the money's just there, just a bit like. And here's the thing. Let me keep it real with you, right? You don't have to have a lot of money to be financially stable. People turn around and say, "Oh, 6 months worth of this and 6 months worth of that." If you've got a job and you know that job is pretty stable and you can save up 6 months, then start doing that, I would say. But in terms of like actual just having money to do whatever you need to do. You don't need that much. Let's say you got 5 grand, right? I got more than that, but let's just say you got 5 grand, right? Any kind of day-to-day issue, you'll be pretty much equipped to deal with it. You know, so it's sad when it's 5 grand, not a lot of money. But let's say you got toothache, okay, you can go to the dentist and get it sorted out. Your car's broke, you can go and get that sorted out. Your kid needs some new stuff for school, or there's a school trip, you can get that sorted out. And then you can put the money back and keep building and building and building upon it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like 5 bags, you know, you can get yourself a cheap car if you needed to. Oh, I need to, someone's sick, I need to get somebody. Boom, you're not worried about nothing. You know, it doesn't take that much. So she moved out at 17.
It kind of was an aha moment, like, yeah, that was it. It all kind of tied together, like, that makes perfect sense.
You have to go into, what do you mean?
The fact that that person my life up forever and my mom
No.
knew and she didn't do anything to stop it.
You see what I mean? The fact that that person messed up my life forever. They didn't. They did an abhorrent, horrible, disgusting act that they should face some sort of reprimand for, like go jail and stuff. And even if he doesn't go jail, like you shouldn't be punishing yourself for what he did. But financially, you're about to ruin yourself. You are ruining yourself because she must be in a wild amount of debt. Like you are ruining yourself because of what someone did, but then you're not going to take accountability for your actions that you're choosing to do. Because if it stopped now, right, which it has stopped, yes, the mental scars and stuff are going to be there, but it has stopped. You know, so you have to draw a line over your behaviors that are affecting your life. And this is why I say, even though that this, if I have a child, and if this was my child, I would have tried to get them help. But if they wouldn't have accepted the help and sorted themselves out and still maintaining to stay on a $500 a day habit that's affecting me as well, I'm quitting ties with you. And I have a daughter, and I'm saying that, and you have to be ruthless in life because you only have one life, and her choices are her choices despite what has happened. Sounds harsh, but that's the truth. Despite what has happened, her choices are her choices.
You know, there's not a day that doesn't go by where I don't think about that.
Well, counseling will help instead of Class A addictions. After graduating high school, Britney enrolled in community college and studied criminal justice.
I wanted to go to college, be a police officer.
At 19, Britney began dating a police officer.
Within the first couple weeks of hanging out with him, I fell in love with him.
She was completely in love with him. She was obsessed with him.
We were together for a couple months, and then we found out I was pregnant.
And the 7th month of pregnant, Britney had a miscarriage. Okay, I was with a girl that had a miscarriage soon after her boyfriend left her.
It destroyed me.
So, see what I mean? It's a basic, like, no disrespect, like, the similar thing happened to me in this situation, right? Obviously, I didn't have a miscarriage, but a woman I was with had a miscarriage, right? These things do happen. It's horrible, but these things do happen, right? And your boyfriend leaving you, well, it happens. I'm sorry, that's not like a reason to go on like a Class A hardcore addiction. My boyfriend left, like, no. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what I mean when I say this victim sort of behavior. Yeah, it's bad that happened, but you fell in love with him after a week. A week? Like, what are you talking about? She needs to grow up. Let's keep it real with you. You need to grow up, like.
Completely destroyed me. I was so in love with him. I was sick.
You're mentally ill. Okay, we're going to pain related to the miscarriage.
I obviously needed to support my habits, so I saw an ad online to
Definitely, that's
support
where
my
her face is
habits,
changed. Look, you
so
can see it there.
I saw an ad online for dancing.
And then Britney became working as a dancer. You see what I mean? This is where. It's every. I want you to see something about this story, right? Sorry, this video is going to be quite long, but I have to break it down financially, right? Every single decision that you can see that she has made next has not led to anything being better financially or any otherwise, right? If we're being honest, okay, so you went to college, you want to be a police officer, right? Let's forget the other thing, right? Because that's the. So you moved out, right? Which is a bad financial situation when you're that age anyway, because you don't got a lot of money, right? You went to college, criminal justice, okay, good decision. Not in terms of finance, in my opinion, because if you went and studied like business or economics or something like that, you'd actually know what to do with the money you get from your job. And that's the main reason why people are broke. But she did that, okay, fair enough, whatever. Then you've got with a guy, fell in love with him in a week, got pregnant, the badness happened, right? So, so you chose a bad guy to begin with, right? And then you got pregnant at such a young age, which is still just a daft decision, right? And there's other things that we could go into, but I'm not for the sake of time. And then now you decide to become an erotic dancer, and now what it's gonna be is, oh, because it distresses me being on stage naked, I use this to numb the pain. Watch. The same year she stopped.
The first time I did heroin, it was the most amazing feeling I've ever felt in my life. Every thought in my head went away. I was numb, completely numb. That's exactly where I wanted to be.
Over the past 2 years, Britney has stolen from her family, quit school, and been homeless. It's just that she's
Britney's
just on the
life
rails,
is
off and off the
a
rails.
dark hole. It's a dark, dark, lonely place.
In the past year, Britney's been meeting with clients at home for private dances. And your mum allows this.
I have between 10 to 20 customers that I can see on a weekly basis, and I charge anywhere from $100 to $200 an hour.
This is what I'm saying, yeah? Right, hear me out here, yeah? That's good money. Yeah, I'm not knocking her hustle for what she's doing, yeah? Obviously, from her face, she doesn't look like it's something that makes her happy, right? So, health is wealth at the end of the day, but that is some really, really good money. And if she took that and invested it, she wouldn't even have to end up keep doing this. She could take that for a year and just invest that in, say, Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. A few years later, she'd be balling, absolutely balling. But she's sat there now like, I made $120 a day. And this is why people say women live on easy mode, because what man do you know could do something like this? But yeah, you're still messing up.
God knows what's going on, what she's doing to her body. It's sickening. She
But your
needs
mum
help,
lets you do it.
or she's gonna die.
Like, she needs help. She don't need help. It's like she can't steal something, but she's choosing to do this.
Where's my food? I'm starving.
I'm Rod.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Listen,
Do you have any idea what's going on right now?
I have no idea.
These people right now that are in your life,
Mom.
they've come together to help you.
You see the tears.
So we're gonna say some things,
Okay.
and then you can say whatever you want. Okay? Okay.
I know when you say, Brittany, that you've never really had a mother. Well, you're right. And all that stops now. If you choose to accept this opportunity, I will support you in any way. If you do not, I cannot participate in your life.
Here's the thing, yeah. The reason why I say these interventions don't work with people like this, yeah, is because she don't need you. She's found a way where she can constantly make $100 to $2 to $500 a day. She gets five clients, right? She's at least getting a bag. Yeah, she at least getting a bag. So what does she need you for? You see that on her face. Her face is a cold, like to say, "Oh, so you want to be a mum now?" Obviously, this woman's been a mum all of her life, and if she didn't say and she didn't know, if she didn't know, well, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even know if this has happened. You know, it's alleged. The guy's not gone to jail. You've not told the police. It's just like there's so many women that come out and say it, and it hasn't actually happened, right? I'm not saying this is the case, but I'm just saying that does happen, right? So, but with that being said, she makes way too much pee to even be bothered about how they feel. Watch.
Please go, Brittany.
Oh,
Brittany, you have an opportunity of a lifetime. Are you gonna go?
she ain't gonna know it. Once she says she'll go, she's gonna leave.
Well, I'll go, but I have to go and get more dope first. So that's the only way I'll go.
I'll be honest with you. I understand. You know what I mean?
Like, there's no talking me into like anything
No,
else,
no,
because
no,
that's the
no.
only
Hold
way
on.
I'm
Wait,
going
wait,
is if I have more dope.
Wait.
I want heroin, especially if it's gonna be like my last shot.
It's always your
Do you
last
have
shot.
money for that already, and you're good to go?
No, I was gonna.
She's looking around the room. Look, did you see what Christy just did? Will you go if you did this?
Absolutely, definitely, yeah, I'd go and yeah. I'm gonna go outside and smoke.
How is this even a
We're gonna go with
negotiation?
her, and she's gonna go cop. But listen, Shanda, are you okay with this? Be honest, girl. Say it.
Just get her there.
Bye-bye, I love you.
I love you. Remember what I said. Okay, I will. Stay. Okay. Don't come home, Brittany.
I won't.
Don't come home.
Okay.
She's gonna come out.
Love you. Bye, love you.
She's gonna come out. Something like 95% of drug addicts reoffend. Britney used it one more time before boarding the plane for treatment. 2 months later, she's back home.
I wanted to die. I didn't want to live anymore. And now 60 days later, to be able to laugh and have as much fun as I am and be so clear-headed, it's an amazing feeling.
She has been sober since November 30th, 2010. Britney relapsed but returned to treatment after. What did I say? Oh, to complete his treatment, she enrolled in nursing school. Oh. It was her choices. Britney's been sober since May 2013 too. Okay, so you've done well then. Right, okay, cool, right. So you did well. So you stayed sober in the end, right? Okay, so her life is hopefully going to get back on track. We don't know what she's like today. I might even try to find her, see if I can do an update video. But you have to stop letting bad things that people do to you dictate your financial choices, because you are the only person that suffers from your financial choices, regardless of whether it's just something as horrible as what she went through, something worse. Like, I've been through some bad stuff. Like I say, it came from sleeping in the car to being pretty financially stable. You know, if I don't have to work, if I lost my job, I wouldn't be panicking now. Wouldn't have to work for a few years. You know, I could just live tightly off what I've got, budget, and maybe even make more money from the money that I have, which is nice. But I decided to learn about finance and take every single financial a piece of accountability in terms of decision making I could. I learned about what finances were. I learned about what money was. I learned about like how the rich make money. Like what should I be doing? Like it was when the penny dropped when I was like, oh my God, saving is actually useless because of the debasement. And then the money I save will never keep up with inflation. That's why everyone's struggling because nobody invests and everybody saves. So I was like, so the real thing I need to do is save things that are going to go up in price, which is assets. And that's the whole game. And if you had a life that was just right, my whole life is going to acquire assets. That's my whole goal in life. I just want you was just acquiring assets with your wages. You would end up being financially better off one day. It is as simple as that. It's not financial advice, but yeah. But anyway, I hope you like the video. Yeah, but yeah, man, don't let people control your decisions. So man, so please like and subscribe. It's TDM, the Dystopian Man. I'm out and peace.